It's been some time since they closed the case, but I'm just not sure they got the right person behind bars. The series of events happened so fast, I thought I gave the cops the right story. But I had drank some brandy that night, so I'm not sure if my accounts were entirely accurate. Oh, how I was such a terrible butler. I've revisited the murder with all my journals and notes, hundreds of times. And now I'm certain it wasn't the Colonel. I still have so many questions for the other partygoers, and I haven't seen them. Since I decided to join the force, I doubt any of them trust me enough. After all, I was the one who gathered them all that night for that faithful night.
Since the murder at the dinner party, the suspects have all been hanging out at the hip new jazz club on the east side, The Study. It's a swanky place run by mobsters where the locals go to gamble away their hard-earned cash and drink away the problems of the day.
So this is a new swanky jazz club. I've heard that it was going to be the place where I could find everyone I was looking for. And now that I seem to be here, checks out.
The detective wondered what his first move should
I wondered what my first move should be to blend in. Ah, I've got it. Bartender, round of drinks on me. Wadsworth Cunningham.
This was probably the least sly move the detective could have pulled, and it actually gathered attention from the mob boss, Mr. Monopoly.
So, the feds are here. Hopefully they haven't figured out that we started this swanky new jazz club on the east side to earn enough money to buy up all the clubs in town and monopolize on that. We have to make sure he's not onto us. Fellas, keep an eye on him for me.
Shockingly, the other guests could care less why the detective is there, but now with Mr. Monopoly's goons onto him, this should make things a little more interesting.
Oh, hello there, old friend. How's bartending going?
Oh, Wadsworth, I knew I could feel your obnoxious presence. What on earth are you doing here?
Always a pleasure, Mrs. White. I'll get straight to it. I think it wasn't the Colonel who committed the murder. I mean, the man was stabbed, for heaven's sakes. I don't think he had access to a knife that night.
You don't think it was me, do you?
The detective had a hunch about who it was. He knew it wasn't Miss White, though. She had too much to lose if she got caught for murder.
Well, I have a hunch. And it wasn't you. That's why I came to you, Mrs. White. I'm almost 60% sure it was Mrs. Peacock.
Yahtzee!
Mrs. Peacock?
Yes, Miss Peacock.
Mrs. White?
No, Mrs. Peacock. Oh, hello, Mrs. Peacock. I see you got a win on your Yahtzee. What are the odds?
Yes, Mrs. Peacock, congrats. I've never had much luck at Yahtzee myself. I stick to cards, easier to read people, you know, being a professor of psychology and all.
Miss Peacock had been too wrapped up in her game to realize the detective had entered the building. She had been growing pale.
Speaking of reading people, Mrs. Peacock, you're looking a bit pale. Is everything all right?
All right. Oh, yes, everything is fine. Why wouldn't everything be fine? Round of drinks on me, Mrs. Peacock.
By this point, Mr. Monopoly's goons realized the detective wasn't at the club to expose his plans, but Miss Peacock now realized why the detective had come to the club.
It's wonderful to see all my old friends here tonight. I've been meaning to set up a meeting with you all to let you know It was not the colonel who committed the murder. Yes, I have the envelope that has the actual guilty party.
Could be. Ah, yes it is. Wadsworth. In the lounge with the knife.
It was me, in the lounge with the knife. Cuff me, boys.
I guess the butler did do it.